If you want to be able to buy the most expensive players and open the best packs in FC24, go to u7buy.com to buy your EA FC24 coins. It's cheaper than buying FC points and just as reliable. With their already amazing prices, you can get an extra 6% using promo code Inception at checkout. Okay, guys, so let's check out the new evolution today, man. Maybe, hopefully, a couple of interesting things to work with. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, so evolutions. Let's go ahead and check out which cards. These cards are never going to get upgraded. Let's see. Base hero catch up. No, that was from before. FS midfielder. Same ones. Ah, here it is. So generous goal scorer. All right, so generous goal scorer for this one, guys. Lookman is the guy on the front. Normally, when they have a card that's not necessarily like super meta, it's one of those like, hey, you know, if you win the sentimental route, you actually have some pretty decent stuff to work with kind of vibes, right? Like this one is probably not going to have like a lot of different options, but maybe there are going to be some chained evolutions that you could potentially do with a card like this or with this evolution. Because as of right now, from the only selected ones, right, there's obviously a few cards that you can upgrade in regards to sentimental value, right? So obviously an Austrian player here, right, gets a pretty significant improvement. You know, there was obviously this version of his card before. Generous goal scorer puts him a little bit higher, but obviously agility and balance still on the lower side for this card, right? He's a lengthy player, though. Honestly, the usability is definitely there for people that go in the sentimental route. Adebayo, another sentimental card. We have players like Raspadori, who you can improve. So that's actually an interesting one, right? So he has the winter wildcard version of himself. And now you have this version who gives you stats and ping pass plus. So ping pass plus is actually pretty decent. Raspadori is an interesting card because with him, he's not bad, you know, he's not a bad card whatsoever. And it's interesting to be able to improve a card like that, right? Italian player as well. Holland's cousin, I believe, gets the improvement as well. I think he had another improvement from before too. Dembele gets one, Benteke. I think this is the... I mean, she might be the main one. It's hard to say because I think she was like the overpowered player in the beginning of the year. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think she was. An interesting card. I mean, she does still have mid-90s for pace. The dribbling is on the lower side, but as I mentioned earlier, she was, I think it was her that was like really, really good. Who was the striker that I used in a foot draft one time? And I'm like, yo, this card is absolutely insane. It might have been her. I forget. It was like super early in the beginning of the year, honestly. Murata gets one. Lookman is the main player, but you know, Kolo Muani gets one too. So Kolo Muani stays 4-star, but they give him the playstyle plus. Højlund has the Inform into an 87. Inform into an 87. What's the other card that he has? He has the, what was the Future Stars, I think, right? I think they gave him a Future Stars. Let me see. Yeah, there he is. 89 rated. I mean, if you're going to go with a Højlund, you might as well go with that one. Unless you want the playstyle plus on it, but this one has 2, so can't really go wrong with that one. Diogo Jota gets one too. +4 upgrade on him. Okay, so Ping's Pass plus for him. Wouldn't be bad, but the Player of the Month at least gave him the Rapid plus, but obviously the Player of the Month was kind of super expensive, right? Let's see what the chained evolutions is like on this. Shout out to Easy SBC for actually listening to that advice, by the way. Clutch website. Okay, so Leon, Canadian player. 4-star, 3-star, Nicholas Fernandez, Zapata, Zeko, Cecinha. Cecinha gets one, eh? Let's see here. So it's generous goal scorer. So oh, look at this one. Ah. See, this one looks interesting. I think Cecinha has like a really, really cracked out card nowadays. So probably wouldn't go in this direction. Or, I mean, it depends on who you have, really. Composure 74. That's an interesting one. He gets some pretty significant improvements. FC Founders, MLS Players, Edward. Edward always gets like unique improvements every time, man. FC Founder 2, yeah, no chance he will still have FC Founder 2. Imagine. Look at this one. Look at Huang, bro. Huang He-Chan with 2 playstyle pluses now. Pinged Pass, and I think that's Incisive Pass. Right? And nothing else? That's an interesting one. Okay. Okay. Ooh, a player for Gyu. Oh, never mind. FC Founders 2, FC Founders upgrade. Never mind. I take it back. I take it back. Boo, Davidson, Bear, Amy Abraham, FC Founders upgrade. So Pedro Neto gets another one too. So he would get the 2 playstyle pluses, Pinged Pass and Incisive Pass. Okay. FC Founders 2 for that one. All right. Yeah, this just seems like one of those evolutions that like you put into cards that you have been improving over time, right? Because I don't even think Footbin has anything trending on it. Like, see, it's Lookman, but that's because he was like the trending card on the front. His improvements are actually not bad, right? Marksman chemistry style for people that are building like some sort of like Nigerian team. You can't really go wrong with it, right? Informed version of his card into this. I think it's Syria links as well, right? Yeah, you do something cool with Ozyman and stuff. Raspadori we already saw. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, so that's the really effective female player. Jota we've seen. Brobe gets one. That's an 89. Oh, from the Inform. I mean, if you were gonna do Brobe, you might as well just get the Future Stars, right? This Future Stars version is actually quite usable in game. Like, he is. Probably one of the good players when it comes to utilizing his actual physical presence. Not gonna lie to you, like, it actually does pretty decently. Openda gets one from an Inform. These cards are outdated though, like that's definitely an R-Trigger merchant for sure. Let's see what else we got here. Openda, Sabi, American player? 4-star, 4-star, Eredivisie. I mean, he actually doesn't look that bad. Look at this guy, eh? On a marksman. His finishing is really, really low, but for people that are building some sort of American team, that's actually worth looking into. Pace is in a decent area. Gives you Eredivisie links. I think Dest plays in the Eredivisie, so you can do some sort of cool concept with that. To be fair, I've never seen someone with an American team once in this game, but they do exist somewhere out there. Kolomawani, Leon Benteke, Rout, Ugald, Jamaica, Piontek, Boo, Inaki Williams. Ooh, Sporting player. Look at this. So what's the best for him? Is it the 87? So if I was here, I went to this highest. Ah, you see? This is where it gets a little bit more interesting. It's the chains from the past all the way from now, okay? So if you win Sentimental for a card like this, who is most likely not going to get a card, right? Triple threat attacker, power shooter, skill moves training, generous goal scorer. So for people who went the Sentimental route, you actually might have some options to work with. So let's see if I were to go to Loader, for instance. Let's see if Loader has any cards. So there's this evolution that puts him to an 87. Right? Generous goal scorer gives him the playstyle plus. Yeah. What about the silver one? And then evolutions from the silver. Ah, you see? So this is definitely for people that went to the Sentimental route, right? So this is an evolution that they release where it's like, if you went with certain improvements, you're going to get a pretty decent card, right? Trailblazer striker, right side star, generous goal scorer. That's who it's for. It's for people that, you know, have cards like this, basically. Let's see if I were to look at Correa or something, right? Like, would that exist? Let's see. Evolutions for Correa. He only has 2. think these ones don't even have any. I don't think so. I mean, to be fair, he does have the inform card if you do actually end up using that. But yeah, sentimental guys, they're going to be cooking for sure. So there's that card. Let's see if you were to go with someone like Xerxes, right? Because no one knew that Xerxes was going to pop off the way that he did this year. So I'm just curious to see, like, with him as an example, right? So if I were to do this, yeah, you see? So again, if you went in the sentimental route, because no one knew Xerxes was going to be this good this year, you know? Centurion striker, power shooter, keeping balance, weak foot training, generous goal scorer. 5-star weak foot on him. Definitely needed some like more improvements though. Who else am I thinking of? The sporting player, yeah, that's definitely a really big one when it comes to improvements of all time, right? I think that's one thing I need to ask Easy SBC for, is the all time with all of the evolutions ever added. That would definitely be a cool one. Daniel Podence gets a improvement. Generous goal scorer, FC Founder 2, FC Founders upgrade, a fantasy FC assisting winger. Zarawi. 5-star for Zarawi again. Yeah, he should have a better... Oh no, that's the best one now. Yeah. Okay. He was extinct for a little bit, eh, this card? I don't remember what he was like, to be honest, during that time period. Davidson, Daniel Podence... But yeah, generally speaking, when it comes down to this evolution, it's mainly just going to be for players that, as I mentioned earlier, are people that you have been upgrading over the course of time. Because I mean, look at this, right? Another good example here with Fabio Silva, where if I have been improving him because I thought he was never going to get a card, you know, weak foot training, pick it up, FC Founder 2, FC Founders upgrade, generous goal scorer, turns him into a 5-star, 4-star player that I can give, I'm guessing on this card, like a finisher, and the usability would be there, right? So that's what this evolution is for, man. This evolution is for people that, you know, have obviously been going down the sentimental route and obviously have some pretty cool cards they could potentially work with, right? Like, even if I were to go to one of my boys like Eva Nielsen, right? This card right here, let's check him out. Another generous goal scorer, right? So, as I mentioned, man, this is going to be mainly for people that have been improving their cards to be at a certain point where, you know, they're going to be like somewhat meta to work with. Like this card, no, this card would take really, really long to improve, right? That's just the vibes with him right off the bat, right? But Fabio Silva is a good example because it's a card that is 5-star, 4-star now, right? Received some pretty decent improvements, and you would just go from there, essentially, right? So, yeah, make sure you look into a lot of your cards, right? A lot of these guys are just going to be trending because that's what it is right now, right? But if you have been doing evolutions the way that it has been intended, take a look at some of your strikers. You actually might be able to put them into some evolutions to have some really, really cool cards. There's going to be a lot of options, right? So, like, we can use this guy as an example, right? Thiago Tomas, right? So if we take a look at this guy, silver card, Portuguese, Bundesliga, Wolfsburg. We go to his evolution change. Generous goal scorer puts him at a 5-star, 5-star, right? The card on a finisher chemistry style, 95 accelerate, 95 agility, 99 balance, dribbling at a 99. Shooting stats massively increased. The usability of this card is significantly higher, right? Cut inside FC Founders 2. Stop right there too. Generous goal scorer. Like, who knew he was gonna, you know, go down this route? But it's just like an option that you could potentially go with, right? Like, you don't know which direction some of these cards are going to head towards, right? And it's really interesting to take a look at some of these, right? Because I mean, you could even go in the direction of giving him, no, you have to give him a finisher, right? But the pace obviously on the lower side, but the usability is there for a card like this, right? He's obviously going to have some other options too, like some lower rated ones, like the 86, right? That exists as well, where again, you give him a finisher chemistry style, but this one's a 5-star, 3-star or something, right? But obviously the other one's a 5-star, 5-star. If people knew that that would exist, then they'd probably go for that if they're building some sort of like Portuguese team or whatever. But it's cool, right? Playstyles wise, he has the rapid power shot press prevent tiki taka first touch. Nothing too crazy, but in the future, you know, maybe he gets another one. Who knows, right? So yeah, guys, just make sure that you take a look at some of these cards, right? So again, if you're going in the regular improvement, right, and you go to this card right here, like Raspadori, who is, in my opinion, probably going to be the most popular choice, right? So you go to this version, 27k, he actually went up 12.3k for people that are building some sort of like Serie A team, right? Evolutions, 89 generous goal scorer, you give him 2 playstyle pluses, right? So it's 2 good playstyle pluses, to be honest, right? Playstyles wise, he has finesse shot, chip shot, trickster, trivella, so it's probably going to be the best option if you're looking at it from a regular perspective, right? However, if you have been doing evolutions the correct way ever since the beginning, there are a few cards that you could potentially have in your team right now that you were upgraded ever since the beginning that could look really nice to work with, okay? Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video today. I will catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.